So let's talk about the transhumanism that you and I are very passionate about. It's a very evil agenda that the cabal have always had. But what is their sole purpose for transhumanism? First of all, to those people that are not fully aware of what transhumanism is, would you like to explain to us what is it exactly?
Well, it's a big question, and like you pointed out, it's always been their goal, if you will, and yet so very few people can really grasp what that means. So basically, in a nutshell, the people that are orchestrating all these world events to subdue and suppress mankind and bring us into a dystopian control system, that's their idea. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying they're going to succeed, but that's their plan. The same group of entities, and I'm using this word very consciously, entities. I don't even know if they're human. The same group of entities wants to use artificial intelligence to fulfill their goal, and they have been using it for way longer than we're aware of. But technology, up until very, very recently, we've perceived it as something that we use and something that's outside of us. Their vision for us was always to become the technology, to be merged with it, and to eventually cease to exist in this biological organic form that we're in now. Their idea is to literally turn us into first bio-robots, if you will, completely outlaw. I'm not outlaw procreation, natural procreation. So get in control of the procreation process. And later on, if you listen to people like Ray Kurzweil, who is a futurist and has been very influential in the artificial intelligence movement with the big tech companies, he is a singularity freak. And he is, he's a freak in many ways. If you watch and listen to the guy and have a heart and a spirit, it's absolutely mind-boggling. But he predicts that by 2045, we will not need these biological bodies necessary anymore, and we will be able to start replacing them with artificial bodies in an artificial metaverse. And of course, the question is, well, will people go along with it? The problem that I see is that people have already gone along with it without knowing it, right? So while we were still using the iPhones and using this technology in our hands, we didn't realize that some of the very necessary networks that you need for this kind of transition, they were actually built into these, right? So these, as we're now seeing, serve different purposes. One of which is to bring a nano network into your body that self-replicates. And with every, then this network expands, and it's actually an artificial network within your body. That's why you see people emitting Bluetooth signals. I don't know if you've seen the experiments, but they will go out into the country where there's no other signal, no nothing. They will shut everything off, just have one computer, and the computer picks up unknown Bluetooth signals from the people. So that tells us that there is something sinister going on. And of course, we believe that we can get away from this just by not wanting it. And I would say we need to get much, much clearer on this, because all the infrastructure that's built now, whether that's in the financial sector, whether that's in the political sector, everything that is happening is focused on this one goal, and that is transhumanism, the end of the biological body, which would also give them total control, right? They're bringing it in with the medical system by telling people the smart pills are amazing, right? You get the smart pill, you take it, and now you don't just get what is in the pill, you also send data to your doctors, and you also transmit a signal everywhere you go, which is, of course, a wet dream of all the New World Order folks. And interestingly enough, I recently read Kathy O'Brien's Transformation of America, which, she's an MK Ultra survivor, the ultimate survivor, who came and talked about what her 30 years under mind control by the government were like. And one of the things that she mentions in the book is that as early as in the 80s, George Bush Sr. Believed that artificial intelligence coming out of DARPA will take over in the future. And so his his torture and his abuse was aimed at conditioning the future population to be able to keep up with an artificial intelligence ruler. This all sounds very crazy if you just get in touch with this subject, but this is really what their plan is. And I don't stand for that. See, I put all my energy, we put all our energy and love here at Inspired into the organic, natural future of mankind.